boy. I lost the eye of the tiger, and you took advantage of it.
You want to see what a real man is? Mm-hmm. All right, I got the little spinny ball of death. Let's
Looking mighty cute in them jeans.
Hey boy, hey boy, looking mighty cute in them jeans. Why don't you get on over here? Fuck me in the ass.
One of you used that as one of your quotable movies.
Yeah, well,
that's from a comedy special.
Yeah.
All right, we're rolling.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Master Debate with Quade. I'm joined by our two co-hosts, Nick and Adam, once again. I would like to encourage you all to subscribe to our podcast. We are called Kelly Digital. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and anywhere else that you might be able to find us. We'll keep you updated on that. We have a good topic for you tonight, something that I think you guys are all going to be able to chime in on, hopefully. Nick is our defending champ from last week. Last week we talked about most notable deaths in the last 100 years, and Nick pulled one straight out of his ass for the win. Nick, welcome back, buddy.
Well, you say I pulled that straight out of my ass. I think I came in hard and strong and took what was mine.
Well, it's hard to argue that. Adam, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Still real salty about that loss.
It's your first loss, Adam. It's your first loss. How do you feel 1 week later?
I haven't been taking it well. Very upset. I've been kicking my dog all week.
I can only assume that you spent extra time prepping for this show.
Yeah, I spent like at least 5 minutes on this one now.
Twice as many minutes as last week.
And 3 times as many minutes as I spent on this week. I'm still filling out my list.
Well, when your fatherly duties call, you got to answer, dude. Nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
That's true. I wouldn't know anything about it, but yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you never answered your fatherly duties, did you?
No.
All right, boys and girls, we are going to jump into this week's topic, and it is going to be the top 10 superpowers that you would like to have, and what would you do with that superpower. So we're going to have some interesting debate here, I think. We're obviously probably going to have a couple that are going to match on our list. We'll see what that comes together like. Nick, since you are, it hurts me to say, the defending champ coming off last week's win, you get to introduce your list first, and then you're going to have an opportunity to either bring up the first topic or the first superpower, or let Adam have it. So, Nick, let's hear your list.
All right. So first on my list is, well, currently it says X-ray bison, but I meant vision. Autocorrect. So X-ray vision. And then the ability to be able to change the gender of people around me. The ability to grow hair on demand. The ability.
Can I get a couple? Now, listen. A couple of these, I'm going to ask for some specification while we go through this list. So, growing hair, is there a particular body part or body area that you're referring to, or anywhere?
Anywhere you want. You can look like Chewbacca, shave it off, look like powder, and then 5 minutes later look like Chewbacca again.
That's cool.
All right, next.
The ability to swim like a majestic fish or dolphin. The ability to not give a fuck. Morphing ability, invisibility, be able to freeze time, Google Translate. I think that'd be a great superpower to have in your head. Anytime anyone talks to you, just like translate that.
You know, there are such a thing as like actual translators. I'm not sure if you're aware of that or not.
But you need a translator. To whereas like if you knew every language in the world and didn't need it, that would pretty much be a superpower. And then Jedi mind tricks is my last one.
All right, Adam.
Did you say invisibility, Nick?
I sure did.
Okay. I'm writing yours down, so. Okay, so I have invisibility, so that's got to be a match between the two of us. I have X-ray vision. That's a match.
Yeah.
I have a regeneration, flight, which I'm surprised you didn't have.
Yeah.
Superhuman strength, invulnerability, telepathy, telekinesis, healing, and precognition.
Okay, so we definitely have a lot of differences. We do have two similarities. They are invisibility, X-ray vision. Real quick, we're going to push those ones through. We're going to agree that they would be in the top 10 for sure, probably top 5. My question to each of you, and I'm going to ask you to go first, Nick. I'm going to ask you invisibility first and then X-ray vision. How would you use this? So, Nick, how would you best choose to use the superpower of invisibility?
Well, basically, I would use both abilities for the same reason.
You pervert.
Chicks.
But basically, I have the exact same note. For invisibility, I have sneaking around doing creepy shit for invisibility. And then for X-ray vision, I have sees through walls, especially at the malls. Ladies' dressing rooms is where my duty calls. That's from a song. 2 people in this world may get that reference.
So basically, invisibility and X-ray vision sums up every guy's and little boy's fantasy growing up, and you guys have taken it to a different level.
Right? They're the Megan's laws of superpowers.
Yeah, it's total pervert shit there.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing serious to be talked about there. We will move on before we incriminate ourselves any farther. Nick, you have an opportunity, since you are coming off a win last week, you have an opportunity to either bring up the first superpower on your list outside of those 2 matches, or would you like to defer and let Adam bring his up first?
I will defer.
Oh, jeez.
All right, Adam.
I will go with flight. I guess that's probably one of my top ones now. Those 2, invisibility, X-ray, were 1, 2 for me. So I'm going to go with flight. And I mean, Superman had this power. He can fly around. It's pretty impressive skill, I mean, honestly. If you think about it in day-to-day life, if you could fly anywhere, especially at those speeds, I mean, the world is your oyster.
Yeah.
No traffic, no gas. You don't have to pay for gas. You just fly around. So you can get pretty much anywhere you want, anytime you want. So that's a pretty impressive thing. Not to mention you're flying, so you know you're in the sky. So you can do more pervert shit up in the air.
Look down at the cleavage, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I like flight.
So I'm just picturing like Adam flying around, jerking off on everybody. Like, is that what you envision?
No. Just doing like weird shit. Like, hey, Superman would do it. He'd be looking in Lois Lane's apartment windows, checking her out, making sure she doesn't have some other dude over. Shit like that.
Catching that strange cock.
Yeah, for sure. She was.
All right, Nick. Yep. What would you like to bring up, put against flight?
Yeah, this is an easy one. The ability to not give a fuck. Look, we already know a bunch of superheroes. Their name's normally like Billy Bob or something like that, and they're on welfare. And not because they've hit hard times. It's because they just don't give a fuck. They collect their check every month. They have enough to eat. They don't stress about shit like work. Today I got up at 5 a.m., an hour earlier than I usually have to, just so I could get into work and get shit set up so that people could come in and work. And worked late, then got home and had to take care of a bunch of shit at home. Dude, if I didn't give a fuck, everything would be so easy. Just kick back, watch Maury Povich, laugh at the General commercials. It'd be fun. Yeah,
you wouldn't have that job to begin with.
Yeah,
and then you wouldn't have a home to worry about the shit you have to do when you got home.
You would have a home. They all have homes. They all have their homes taken care of. They have their food taken care of. They have their health care taken care of. This is a tangible super ability that comes with results.
Nick is like, you know what that super ability is? Socialism, apparently. We can get that on Thursday, but yeah.
The problem with the socialism is right now we're on the other side where we're paying for those people.
I know. You want to be one of those people.
Yeah, you know. I hate them because I hate them.
Yeah.
All right, question for you, Nick, and I'm going to go back to you, Adam. Nick, for you, why should your superpower of not giving a single fuck beat out the ability to fly?
Well, that's simple. Because if you don't give a fuck, you don't give a fuck about flying.
That's so dumb. You don't need to go anywhere. Just lay it on the couch.
Yeah, it's hard to argue against that.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Adam. So, Adam, my question to you. Adam, why should flight beat Nick's topic?
Okay, if you don't want to be completely worthless in life, then you're going to want to get out and do things. You're going to want to do them quickly. You're going to want to do cool things like fly around, go where the fuck you want. And you don't have to really care. If you can fly around, you don't have to care about any of that stuff, Nick. You can do whatever you want. Fly.
Superman got to eat. He even had a job. He was a low-level beat reporter for the Daily Planet.
That was a total beard. I mean, that was completely bullshit. I don't even know why he took a job, really. Why wouldn't he? He's in, like, well, whatever city they say they're in, but, like, they're basically in New York City.
Yeah.
Why would he even take a job? Why would he just hang out in New York City, wait for crime to happen, and skip all that bullshit? But I'm not an expert on comic books. He's got
bills to pay.
Yeah.
The Fortress of Solitude ain't going to light itself. Well, it kind of did.
Yeah.
But all right. My decision has been made on this one. So here's the breakdown. The ability to fly is clearly something that probably every single person has fantasized about at some point in their life, whether it's as a child or as an adult or both. There's something super fascinating about taking flight. The ability to not give a single fuck is also something that every single person has fantasized about, at least at some point in their life. And it is mostly probably as an adult more so than as a child, because as you get older, you have more responsibilities that you really wish you could not give a fuck about. My decision on this one was made on 1 point and 1 point only. This was the deciding sentence for me. And it went something like this. If you don't give a single fuck, you don't give a fuck about flying. Nick, you win round 1.
Hell yeah. I took down that top dog here, didn't I?
Yeah, fuck you.
So
that is
Nick,
like my top dog.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That was probably Nick's number 10 dog.
I know.
He just made a couple of really good points. So
were they really?
Well, they were to me.
No, I'm good.
They were to me, and I laughed. It made me laugh, so I don't give a single fuck, Adam. Nick, you get to introduce the next one.
All right. For the next one, I'm going to go with the Jedi mind tricks. Now, for those not familiar with the Star Wars lore, the Jedi mind tricks is where they like wave the hand and they tell the person that like, you know, this is not what you're looking for. And they're like, oh yeah, this is not what I'm looking for. And they turn and go the other way. So basically you control weak-minded people with your mind. And this would be great if you're like a single guy and you're out at the bar and you're like, you want to take your clothes off. And then the girl takes her clothes off. Next thing you know, she's giving you a hand job and You know, take it to where you want. Maybe sooner or later she's calling up a midget and a donkey, and you're getting a hell of a show. The point is, there's a lot of weak-minded people out there, and you could really have a lot of fun with them if you could do Jedi mind tricks.
I think that before Adam gets a chance to speak, I'll just go on record saying that maybe not everybody has the same idea of fun as what you just described. Adam, go ahead.
I agree. Okay, mine is really similar. And he said Jedi mind tricks, and I'll be honest, I didn't know what that was. So thanks for explaining it. But the one I was going to do was pretty similar. It's telepathy. And my notes on that were like Professor Xavier from X-Men had it, I guess. So he's the guy in the wheelchair. And I said, Professor X, reading these hoes' minds, Bill Cosby in them, and then erasing their memory. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, that's a pretty good skill to have. But it's so similar to Jedi mind tricks. I just feel like everything we are arguing about is just perv shit at this point.
So, question. Yes, you're correct. That doesn't mean we're going to quit. Adam, question for you. How would you use telepathy in your life, like Adam's life in real world? How would you use the power of telepathy?
Okay, so I have to negotiate contracts like all day long. And I mean, I would just convince people that everything that I had to say was what they wanted without really doing any work. I mean, I could try to do that, but it takes so much time. If I had telepathy, I could basically make people do anything I want them to do, and my job would be simple on a day-to-day basis. So from a day-to-day, I mean, that's what I would do. But I would also do a lot of crazy
use it
shit
to rip people off. What's some of the crazy shit you would do with it?
Well, not really rip people off, but like when you're trying to convince people of something, even if it's in their benefit, there's always a negotiation. It just eats up so much time. My job would be so simple. It would take like 5 minutes for me to do my entire year's worth of work, and I'd be done, and that's it. I would just be doing Maury shit like Nick, not giving a fuck.
Okay, so that's the serious side of it. Adam, how would you use it for some type of crazy thing?
Okay, if you could read people's mind, okay, they even made movies about this. I think Mel Gibson was in it, where he could like read women's minds. Like, obviously, that's what we would do. Maybe not women's, but you could read everyone's mind. You would know exactly what they were thinking about everything. I mean, no secret would be kept from you. So, I mean, I would be reading people's minds all day. I would know exactly what they're up to, what they're thinking, and how to use it to my advantage, I guess.
Okay, Nick, question for you. How would you use your Jedi mind tricks in a real world, real life setting, minus getting hand jobs from midget donkeys at the bar?
It wasn't a midget donkey. It was a midget with a donkey.
Oh, that's
okay.
Okay, that makes more sense. Never mind. You're right, Nick.
Thanks for clearing that up. How would you use it outside of that?
Outside of that. All right. Well, I mean, it's simple. Like, if you don't feel like doing something one day, you just be like, you want to paint the house. And then, like, all of a sudden, I'll see my wife out there with a roller just painting the house. Great. You want to do the dishes.
So basically, it goes
you
back
to
to
put the kids to bed.
So basically, it kind of goes back to your last one. Like, you don't like want to do anything. Basically.
So,
I guess there's a theme there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Based off of Nick's laziness alone, Adam, you win round 2.
Okay.
Come on, man. I put a lot of work into that.
Round 3. Adam, you get to introduce first.
Oh, man. How about... okay. Let's do superhuman strength. Okay, like the Hulk. Like, he was massively strong, running around, ripping shit apart. That would be pretty cool. Your clothes wouldn't even have to fit. You'd still look cool. They'd be just tattered. Okay, think about how many people pay for gym memberships in this country just to get like a quarter of the size the Hulk is. And you would be 4 times without having to do any of the work. That's pretty awesome.
You could open a CrossFit gym.
Yeah, exactly. You could be a CrossFit guy. My dream in life, apparently.
How would you use it in the bedroom?
Oh, I was just gonna say in life, I would just bully people, but in the bedroom, similar.
In the bedroom, also.
I'd bully there too.
Okay, I think that answers all my questions for you right now at this point. We will put your phone number out to all the lucky ladies at the end of this show.
I would also like to remind everyone to listen to How to Hide a Body or Where to Hide a Body, 10 Best Places.
I wouldn't bully them to death, Nick.
Good companionship to this.
Bully them into submission.
Old Ike Taylor over here, or Ike, not Ike Taylor.
Ike Taylor. Isn't that a football player?
Ike Turner is what I meant.
Do we have to like legally apologize to Ike Taylor right now?
I don't know. He's part of the Me
Got caught up in that too.
He wasn't bullying them, but he was sexually harassing them. So that's kind of
a lot of dick pics.
Oh, he did. I wasn't aware. Nick was Googling them.
Okay, so to combat superhuman strength, Nick, what would you like to bring to the table?
All right, I'm going to go with morphing ability. Superhuman strength. No matter how strong a human is, he ain't going to be stronger than a gorilla. Just turn into a gorilla.
Oh, come on, the Hulk was way stronger than
on that ass. And then, there's that whole fly on the wall reference. You could actually be a fly on the wall and see some pretty
or the wall
shit, or the wall, or the bed,
or the kinky shit,
or the any
or
of the dudes that are involved. Well, I wouldn't choose. You don't have to morph into something. You could choose what to morph into.
What if you could choose to morph somebody else into whatever you wanted to morph them into? That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Well, depending on how this goes, one of you two would be somebody's butt plug tonight.
Okay, Nick, question for you. How would you use your morphing ability in the bedroom?
I guess it would be more of a voyeuristic use. I mean, because really, if I morph into some kind of animal, that would just be, I would have no respect for the woman if she would, proceed. Because now she's like engaging in some real weird shit.
You're really into this animal thing. Animals and women.
No, I said I'm not. Like, I can't morph into something and still have respect for her. I mean, I guess
I thought that was gonna be like a comedic moment, and you took it very, very serious. So we'll flip flop over to Adam here. Question for you, Adam.
I'd bully them. Is that what you're gonna ask me about bedroom again?
No.
I wouldn't take no for an answer.
You don't want to make the Hulk angry.
see, Nick's okay with all this shit as long as it's a human. But if it's an animal, then it's all fucked up.
Yeah, that's totally fucked. Sorry, I interrupted your question.
My question to you, Adam, you super strong man, you.
Mm-hmm.
How would this play into? How would this superpower of superhuman strength play into your masturbation rituals?
It could be dangerous. You could rip your dick completely off. So you have to be very careful. But if you're bullying people into the bedroom, you don't have to masturbate anymore. So that's good.
Oh, okay. Adam, you win this round. Very carefully.
No argument there. That's
I don't even remember what Nick's was.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Okay. Nick, you get to bring up the next one. I gotta get these tears wiped out of my eyes real quick.
Dude, I'm laughing so hard I'm sweating.
Yeah, me too.
Nick, it is your choice on the next one to bring to the table. What will it be?
All right. I kind of like the idea of being able to change the gender of the people around me. Look, we've all been to a sausage party, and it'd just be nice if there were some chicks around. You pick off some of the losers of the group and just be like, now you're a hot chick. Bam. Then Adam busts into his superhuman strength and bullies that
and ripped everybody's dicks off.
Oh shit! Ripping yeah, I could do it with my superhuman strength. Just rip their dicks off.
You could change their gender by yourself.
Yeah.
So, quick question for you, Nick.
Yeah.
Maybe I just want to make sure that I'm hearing you correctly. There's been times before that you've been at parties when you've thought about what it would be like to have sex with some of those guys there if they were girls.
No. See, now you're putting a weird spin on it. Pervert.
So you want to fuck dudes?
No. I just want to change a couple dudes out. They're like,
and
dude,
then fuck.
There's no purpose at a party, so let's just there's a girl now.
But they're still the same people.
No.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're just changing their sex.
The hormones are all different. Everything's different. It's a different person.
Well, that's a whole nother superpower to change their hormones out too.
Who are you, Justin Trudeau?
You know
okay.
what? I'm trying to give you guys a gift. All right. You all go to parties where there's nothing but a bunch of swinging dicks around. I'm trying to give you some badge to go after. And now
I actually do agree with you. I was being a smartass. I actually do agree with the fact that we have all unfortunately been in that setting so many times over the course of our lives.
Yeah.
How cool would it be to?
Bam, we got.
All right, Adam.
Cool.
Adam, your
Another tough one.
rebuttal. What are you going to bring to the table?
Let's do healing. So basically, the superpower would be healing. This is kind of on a nicer note. After I bully people, I hurt them, I'll be able to heal them. It's like a Jesus thing, you know? It's like spit in people's face and their eyes like comes back type of thing. So basically, I would say if you had the ability to heal people, first off, no one around you that you care about would ever get sick or for any amount of time because you could heal them. But also, you'd have so much power because look at like doctors and stuff, and they do all this stuff to help people medically where I could just fix them. I mean, that's pretty big power. I'd be like a god on earth. So I think that's pretty impressive.
All right, Nick, do you have an argument against that?
Yeah, who gives a shit about other people?
You gonna argue?
Yeah, we have the
powers.
We're discussing the opportunity to enrich our own lives with this amazing superpower, and you're like, I want to heal the children. Fuck them. Go out and have fun. Sow some wild oats. Turn some dudes into chicks and bang the shit out of them.
You know what's weird about that? Okay, you could just say I want to have the ability to like switch people out, but you just want to still have that dude there, but like make him a girl so you could hook up with him. That's the weird thing.
The concept was the same. The concept was the same of switching them out. It's just that's like, I wish I could switch dudes for girls at parties.
Okay.
That
Adam,
was the superpower.
Question for you, Adam.
Okay.
On your ability to heal people.
Yes.
My biggest question, my biggest concern with that would be, where is the line that you draw in the sand? At what point do you stop healing people so you don't overpopulate the earth?
Yeah,
like
that's a good one.
Is it immediate family? Is it extended family? Is it hot girls only?
Or dudes I want to turn into girls? Or I could heal dudes and turn them into girls because, you know, I'm healing their penis issue.
And then we could all bang them.
But no, you make a good point. I mean, obviously, I don't have all the time in the world. So I can't heal 7 billion people. So I don't think an overpopulation issue would be a problem. But, I would try to stick to people I cared about, my family, things like that. But, okay, when you think about healing, you're not healing them permanently. Say they come to you, they have an issue, you heal them. Then I may never see that person ever again. Eventually, they're going to end up getting sick, dying, or just whatever, years later. But I healed them and extended their life. So I guess that was the point of it. So I guess you could do it to everybody, but you would keep having to do it to everybody over and over and over again to keep them alive forever. So I don't think overpopulation would be an issue.
It seems to me that it would be much more practical to change a dude at a basement party into a girl so you could bang them. So for that reason, Nick, you win this round.
Yeah.
I'll drink to that.
Hey, funny. Cheers. Won't we all?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are enriching your life that way.
Yeah.
It's very selfish of you.
So, Adam, you get a chance to bring up the next one.
All right. So I want to know the future. So if you knew the future of any event.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm going to. This is a 1, 2, 3. 4. This is actually the last one right here. So this is the last superpower that you guys are going to get a chance to bring up.
Oh,
make sure it's your top dog. You can go ahead though. Proceed. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So basically, if you could see into the future. I mean, we grew up with Back to the Future movies, and if you go back in time, change something, but they also went forward. So basically they could see into the future. If you could see into the future and see what was coming, I mean, you could never be defeated by anyone. Like, let's think about it from a superhero standpoint. If they know that the villain's coming or what they're going to do, you could totally avoid it or counter them and win. And I think the same in life. I mean, if I knew exactly what was going to happen the next day, first off, I'd win the Powerball, and I'd be mudbogging a Lambo tomorrow. So, I mean, it would make life really easy. Nick could sit on the couch. If he had that ability, watch Mario all day, wouldn't have to worry about a thing.
Just worrying about who that baby's daddy is.
That's it. That's your only concern in life. That sounds like that's your goal, so I'm trying to help,
Right, yeah. No, that'd be great. That's all well and good. Knowing the future is fun, but eventually you're going to learn something that is absolutely horrible, that is irreversible. You're not going to be able to change. It's going to suck because then you're going to live with this lifelong regret of not being able to save or fix what you need to fix. If you could freeze time, on the other hand, well, then you could stop a moment and just correct that exact moment. For instance, today, when I didn't get a chance to take lunch and when I was finally done with work, I drove through McDonald's and waited in line for like 15, damn near 20 minutes. And when I got to the window and got my fries, they were cold. Now, if I had this ability, I could just snap my fingers, walk into that McDonald's, and kick that fry cook in the nuts for not doing his job correctly. And then spit in the cashier's face. Just a good measure.
Or grab her titty too, you pervert.
Then hop back in my truck and drive away.
Yeah, but you still have cold fries.
Still have cold. Well, you know what? While I have time frozen, I just cook myself up a new batch of fries, salt them to my liking, and hop on out of there. Maybe make myself a McFlurry to go.
I have a question for you,
works.
Piss in the shake machine. Go ahead.
My question is this. In that example, when you froze that moment in time and went in and kicked the French fry maker in the nuts and slapped the barkeep or whatever and then touched her titty, after that moment became unfrozen, do they know who touched their titties and stuff?
Nope.
No, can't.
They have no recollection of that.
Nope.
So you're
Their
telling
balls will hurt.
Yeah,
so
that
you're
dude's balls
telling me And her one nipple will be
Nipples
hard.
be hard.
So you're telling me that in theory, with freezing this time, you could just walk around and just grab titties all day long.
Grab titties and kick nuts.
Which is pretty cool.
Oh,
but
yeah.
if you knew the future, okay, you could figure out a way to grab some titties and get warm fries. See, you have already made the mistake. You've already lost the battle because you got cold fries. So, or you made some mistake and you freeze time, and then what do? It's too late. You already fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, you can't go back and fix what happened.
So Adam's saying basically, like, if you knew that those fries were going to be cold, just do something different instead of getting that line, which is a very valid point.
Yeah, but that is a valid point. I'll give you that. But there's also a lot of gratification in kicking a dude in the nuts knowing he can't kick you back.
Well, that's kind of sounds like a bitch move, if you ask me.
Well, you get to grab some
fight him like a real man.
Right.
Bill Cosby, he did freeze people, so like
he froze time with Quaaludes.
Yeah,
he had that superpower.
Look how much trouble he's in right now.
Yeah. He slipped that Quaaludes in them Jello pudding pops.
All right, this is what I think I got to do on this one. Honestly, I think I got to give it a stalemate and a tie, and we got to move on for one more topic from each of you. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a moment to look over your list. Hopefully you didn't shred it already. Because I think that you both made great points there, but I don't think that anybody convinced me, 100% to go their direction. So the one thing I will say, Adam, is I don't think I would want to see the future in its entirety simply for the fact that death comes into that. And that, to me, is something that would be completely terrifying, whether it's somebody else's death or your own death. And maybe that's not the comic relief we're looking for, but that's what I was thinking about during that.
So you would have, like, your entire life have anxiety about dying, and the people around you
very,
dying.
very much so. Very, very much so. I wouldn't be able to get out of that thought process alone. Yeah. And Nick, in terms of freezing time, I wish that you would have tried to convince me that you would somehow better the world with that superpower, and I would have voted for you, but instead you just chose to kick nuts and grab titties.
Are we supposed to be bettering the world with these abilities?
That's what I wanted in this one. I got all sentimental with thinking about how I was going to die and shit.
We hit his heartstrings there.
All right.
You hit my heartstrings, and then you just started kicking people in the nuts and grabbing innocent cashier's titties. So moving on to the next one. Nick, you have an opportunity to introduce. This is going to be the final one for sure.
All right, so I'm left with being able to swim like a majestic dolphin and the ability to grow hair. And Google Translate. So I'll go with the ability to grow hair on demand. Look, you want to be a bank robber, right? Because you want a lot of fucking money and you want it fast. You go in there, you're shaved up, you're looking like fucking powder. All of a sudden, you walk out, and by the time you leave the fucking door, you look like Michael J. Fox in Teen Wolf. They're not going to know who the fuck to look for. You will be the greatest bank robber since freaking Patrick Swayze in Point Break.
Had to have a Point Break reference there.
Got to live on the edge, bro. It's not, and if you end up dying, well, it's not a tragedy if you die doing something you love.
I am an FBI agent.
First off, until we started the show, I've never heard anyone quote that movie, and now we're quoting it all the time.
Yeah, it was a terrible movie. That's why.
It's
Adam,
such a joke.
What do you think? First off, let me make one point real quick before we go to Adam.
Okay.
It's the valid point that you made. However, I think it would make more sense to go in very hairy and then be less hairy.
Here's why that wouldn't make sense. And I do see your point because your face is the that gives the whole bone structure and stuff. But why that wouldn't make sense, because you would have to shave it all off to where if you could grow hair on demand, like like that, and all of a sudden you're a hairy beast. Well, you go in shaven, come out 5 minutes later, you're a hairy beast. Well, the dude they're looking for is fucking clean shaven, like shave, like skinhead shaved. So that's obviously not you.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like if you go in shaved, or if you go in hairy, it'll just look like you have a mask on. I don't know. What's that guy from Star Wars with the hair all over his body? It looked like you had Chewbacca's mask on.
Like movie quality.
Yeah, movie quality.
All right, I got you. I understand. I totally understand your logic now. I want to get that cleared up. Adam, what are you bringing to the table?
Okay, telekinesis. So if I can move things with my mind, okay, I wouldn't even need to go into the bank. It would just somehow, I would move it with my mind right into my pocket. I would never have to rob a bank. I'd never have to put myself in danger of getting shot, because you could definitely still get shot even though you can grow as much hair as you want, unless you can grow a hair bulletproof vest out of your chest pubes. But if I could move things with my mind, I mean, think about it. You can move anything with your mind. I mean, that is a huge advantage in life. Way better than growing hair. I know that.
It's fun, but I mean, not fun. It is an advantage. No doubt it's an advantage.
But if you want a massive bush, you
can't get the massive bush with telekinesis. Like sometimes you just want to go with that 70s Ron Jeremy fro.
Yeah.
And like also telekinesis, yeah, you're talking about robbing a bank by just having the money float into your pocket. Where's the fun in that? At least like when you're going in looking like powder, you're robbing the joint and it's fun. You know, you're getting your rocks off, pointing a gun at people and showing how powerful you are.
Okay, two questions for both of you. I'll give you a second to think about these while I explain. I'm going to ask you both to tell me, please, how would you use this superpower in the bedroom? And also, how would you use this superpower to better the world in some way? So, Nick, bedroom is up first for you. How would you use the superpower to grow hair on demand in the bedroom?
Well, Quade, some broads like it shaved and some like it hairy. You can please them both.
Wait, but you can't. Because you can only please them if they like hair. Otherwise, you're fucked.
No, you could shave.
You don't have the demand to shave it on.
Yeah, like what if you find out that she likes shaved man and you're
right,
already hairy?
Maybe she likes to be tied up. You just grow the beard out really freaking long and tie her up. I mean, you could utilize the hair in multiple ways.
Okay, that
sounds disgusting.
Completely terrifying. How would you use the ability to grow hair to better the world?
Argue against this.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of cancer patients out there that need wigs.
Yep,
I can make a donation every week.
Wow, that's actually
you can make
really
a donation
good.
every day.
Every day. That's what you get for the Martin Luther King argument last week.
Yeah, I think I still lost that one.
Adam, please argue against why he should not use all of his hair for cancer patient wigs.
Well, I can argue against why you shouldn't use it in the bedroom to tie people up, because that is fucking disgusting. And your or your little Roomba would be clogged constantly with fucking pubes, dude.
Adam, how would you use
from now?
Right.
Good point.
Adam, how would you use telekinesis in the bedroom?
Okay. You know, you get tired after a while, you know. You're doing your thing. These girls want to be thrown around a little bit, bullied. If I had telekinesis...
You're coming back to super strength. That you
exactly. Want. If I had telekinesis, I'd just move her around any way I want without having to even pick her up, you know, flex a muscle on it. So I think it'd be pretty simple. But also, you could totally remove her clothes, you know, with your mind. What girl wouldn't go nuts for that? I mean, especially
you're starting to turn me on a little bit over here.
Especially if they're into what you're doing. If you're not, then it's gonna be bad.
Can you imagine getting tied up with beard hair?
He didn't even say beard hair. He said hair, like
Just hair in general. I guess I'm just hoping that it's beard hair, and I don't even know why I'm hoping that.
Get my chest fro out like that, just growing out from the nipples. Just tie them up. With that.
Oh, that's such a bad visual.
Well, it works both ways because then, like, you're getting the tug on the nipples while never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, Adam, how would
Terrible.
you use telekinesis to better the world in some way?
Oof, this is tough. I mean, you could do a lot of things, but let's say there's an accident. People are trapped, I don't know, under a building, under a car. They're still alive. I could move the building off of them if there's a huge earthquake. So that's helping the world. It's helping people. I mean, it's not as good as growing hair all over the place, but like you can move things in your mind. Any situation you're in, a little kid falls in the pool. I mean, instead of jumping in there, I don't know, you can just move them out of the pool with your mind.
Yeah, and I could
Things
fashion
like
a rope and throw it to them.
that. Yeah, but I'm saying they're so little that they don't have the arm strength.
Grab onto my pubic hair. And I'll pull you in.
I don't think you can do that to kids, Nick. That's disgusting.
You know what? You're saving their life. Really, are you going to complain?
Okay, so I got to chime in here and say that my decision has been made on this one. This is super tough also. I can't give you a tie like I did the last round, but it's very, very close. You both make some great points. Obviously, it would be very beneficial to be able to move things with our minds. Adam, you made a great point that you could save people's lives and whatnot. In the bedroom, my goodness, would that be useful to just pick her up and throw her around without having to actually
like
pick her up,
spin her like
throw her around.
You could do that if you wrap enough hair around her and pull really hard.
Nick, you made some great and also disturbing points with the ability to grow hair. First off, on a serious note, it's very difficult to argue against, that you would just grow hair for all the cancer patient wigs. That was very, very good point. And
clever.
You came up with it on the spot. And what you also came up with on the spot was the ability to grow extremely long hair out of your nipples and tie girls up, and then also use long hair to spin them like a top. So for creativity alone, Nick, you take this round.
See, this isn't fair because look at Quade. He's got all that hair. He's a hair guy. And you went right for the heartstrings.
I did.
You should see how hairy my nipples are, and then you would really understand it.
You guys could like grow your nipple hair together, twist it together. That would be awesome.
Yes, and then we could spin your girlfriend like a top.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, it's 2-2 now.
It is 2-2. Nick, you won tonight. This one was fun and funny. I hope you guys enjoyed debating it. We didn't really put a lot of thought into this. It just kind of came together. I think that we proved a few things tonight. There's small pieces of good heart inside of you, and you guys both have a lot of problems, really, in general. A lot of really sick and twisted thoughts, and I think that's really coming to light here with some of these topics. This was much more disturbing than How to Hide a Body, as far as I'm concerned. Holy shit!
Yeah, I could see that. There's a lot of because How to Hide a Body, the deed's already been done. This kind of paints a picture on
how to be creative and sick and twisted. This is what I would ask of all of you people that are listening. If you would love to chime in, please do. Tell us, what superpower would you like to have that we didn't talk about? Please chime in and give us some conversation starters. And also, if you have a topic that you'd like to hear us talk about next week or the following week or whenever, we're compiling a list of things continuously that we can talk about on this show. So please chime in and let us know what you think. If you want to just listen to it and not chime in, That's fine. We don't give a single shit, obviously. So,
I was gonna say, just for the audience, just imagine, because this is what we have to go through all week, every week. You ask your significant other where they want to eat, and no one can come up with an answer. That's what it's like trying to pick these top 10 lists.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
What do you want to do? I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't seem like a good idea. I guess no, I changed my mind. It's just like nonstop. So we need your help, basically.
Yes.
It is basically, just so everybody is aware of how this plays out for us, it's a group text between the three of us, and we share our ideas all week long, and we go back and forth, and we never make a decision until the 12th hour, and then we're finally like, ooh, that's really good. Let's do that one.
Yeah, exactly. But we don't. Nick and I don't share answers. I never have an idea what he's doing, and he doesn't know what I'm doing. So that's good. We keep it.
Yeah.
Keep it real. Clean. Yeah, we're not faking you guys out.
So, Nick, congratulations on your win. It is now tied 2 for Adam and 2 for Nick. That means that next week is a very, very big deal, which means we need to come up with a very, very good topic. We're going to reach out to the fans and ask them to suggest a topic for us to discuss. Nick, parting words on your win tonight.
Yeah, I think, I think it was an important win. It makes next week a lot more important. And what's great about that is I'll be hitting up the Facebook page and asking people for, ideas, because the Facebook page has been growing over the last 3 or 4 weeks. It's been really increasing in the likes, and we appreciate that, and we hope they keep rolling in. So check it out. It's still the Kelly pamphlet on Facebook. I'm going to try to get that changed to Kelly Digital, but I can't promise it. But make sure you download Kelly Digital on all of your pod-catching services, whatever.
So if any of you guys go to a house party this week, please fantasize about changing the gender of some of those guys there so that you can have sex with them. And also, please fantasize about having super strength in the sense that you could essentially rip their dicks right off.
Right. I mean, like, if you see that little nerdy kid in the back that, like, you didn't want to see, and somebody, maybe threw him out of a window later on in that night.
I don't think you should talk about this.
I definitely don't think you should talk about this at all. This is actually a true story, and I don't feel comfortable with it at all. Oh, jeez. Bro. All right, boys, we're signing off. Nick and Adam, thanks for hanging out and playing along. You are sick freaks.
Yes, sir. All right.